Greetings, brave adventurers. Welcome back to the channel. This is I, Eric UK, with another topic. I have just finished a little while ago this evening watching a video by Ginny D, where she talks about the worst sort of advice given to a GM. And that advice for her was don't over prepare, basically. And how she feels that it's bad advice because many new GMs who don't really understand what it means will not, what does it mean to over prepare? Should you not record the names of everybody living in the village? Should you not write an outstanding background or whatever? And I am a GM who likes to prepare a lot of background. I used to write a lot on the computer or laptop. I used to write a lot of background. I would write a full sort of background to the campaign, even if it's stuff that would never, ever in a bajillion years come to the attention of the players or their characters, or probably even most of the NPCs, even the knowledgeable ones in the campaign. It was there for my benefit. And if I wrote like shall we say, a dungeon, I had to write out everything about that dungeon. I don't like trying to ad-lib random rooms in a dungeon crawl because they all end up sounding exactly the same. So I like to do that old box text thing, and I would write a big box text, appropriate, I should say, box size text. So that I had something to either read off to the players or use as a jumping board to fuel my own descriptive if I felt that reading what was written down verbatim wasn't right. And I don't know whether I say I would over prepare, but I would certainly try and do that little bit extra and go that little bit further, even if it was something that was never going to turn up in the game. But then, to be fair, if you've watched my videos for any length of time, you know that I am the sort of GM that likes not a railroad specifically, but I do like campaigns that go from point A to point B to point C to Type C, with the players being able to do what they want, providing the should we say, the social gaming contract, as some people like to put it, is that you are turning up to play the campaign. Again, that's a topic I've covered on other vids, so I won't dwell on it here. But within that bracket, you can do what you want. When you're exploring the village of Freehaven, you can do what you want. You can go and wander through the woods and, talk to the trees. You can talk to the town guard. You can talk to the village idiot. You can even, if you've got the means, try and set up a shop, or if you've got the means, set up a small keep that oversees the area, or whatever. Providing that you are under the understanding that you need to still be playing the story that the GM has presented. You can do what you need to do, but then follow that story. Carry on with that campaign. These days, and to be fair, some of this started before COVID, but I certainly think that for me it has become worse from having a year of not gaming. Take my current campaign that I am posting videos for, Chaos and Limbo. That started out as a reskinning of another campaign. through the player's actions, it's taken on a life of its own. And although I am still following that general campaign plot line, and roughly how it sort of went, the players are doing their own thing and they are influencing the campaign, which is good. But I've not had the time, partly because of work, partly because of relationship time, spending time with the missus, and partly because I'm involved in other games. I'm a Warhammer player, and painting models and preparing lists and so on. It takes time, and preparing scenarios, and campaigns takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And so I am kind of now running this particular campaign on the fly almost. I'm scaling some things back to what I wanted to do, but I'm not doing the preparedness that I like. So for me, I'm enjoying the campaign. It's a good laugh. We're having a really good time. But to me, it's not feeling like a proper campaign because I'm not having the time to sit there and write everything. And so for me to say to someone, don't over prepare, I don't know, every GM is different. Every GM, every campaign is different. But to say don't over prepare, even if you don't use it, like I said, I sometimes write these huge backstories, backgrounds that will never come up in the game, but I've got it should I need it. And anything that doesn't come up, I can use in something else. Over preparedness can be a very good thing. I can also see where it isn't. Because especially if you are a newer GM, over preparedness means you're not spending enough time on the important part of your game. If you're new to it and you've got new players, maybe a circle of friends and you're just trying D&D 5th out or whatever, you want to be focusing on what's important now. Get a couple of campaigns under your belt and then start to embrace the bigger picture, the over preparedness, and find that medium that works for you. Because again, as I've said on many videos, on many topics, the fact that we all play our games differently and we put different levels of requirement or different levels of role playing in or whatever is both the blessing and the curse of the hobby. You might be in one group, you travel to another game and they're completely different and you don't enjoy it. But then they would go back, if they went back to your group, your regular group, they probably wouldn't enjoy it. We all do it differently. And we all need to find that balance in the game that suits us, whether you're a player or a GM. A bit of a waffle. But what are your thoughts? The so-called over-preparedness. Don't over-prepare good advice? Is it bad advice to you? And how do you do it? Or how would you recommend it? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the vid, give me a thumbs up. And subscribe. And I look forward to seeing your comments down below. And see you in the next vid. Until then, take care. Good gaming.